Curse, and we're getting right into picks and bans here.
I wouldn't say right into. We've been waiting a little bit, but
well,
but now that the stream is turned on, we're officially going right
from
into
starting the stream, it was very immediate. The stream is just 20 minutes delayed because we had to find people, and it was just a mess. It's always fun, though. I mean, this is kind of how it goes with online events. You're gonna have trouble getting people, availability, and getting them connected. So we kind of expected a little bit. We give a little bit of a grace period, and we did manage to get going.
Yeah, because I mean, if it just so happened that we had to disqualify a team, it would pretty much have to be for some egregious reasons, because we just want to see a good match played, and we want to be able to broadcast it to you guys, the fans, and it would just be kind of dickish of us to,
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to disqualify teams if you don't have to. We do have some interesting starting bans here. We've got Soraka, Yorick, and Alistair banned by Curse. Our EU friends would be proud to see Soraka on the ban list. And then Vigar and Dr. Mundo, very targeted bans there. And then Shen, just somebody who needs to go.
Yeah, Shen just doesn't really have a place right now. Well, I take that back. He has a place, and it is everywhere, and people just don't want to see him or deal with him. Another way is Vigar being banned out. As you said, very targeted. Jackie plays a fantastic Vigar. Plays a fantastic most AP mids, but you definitely don't want to give him Vigar. His event horizon, very scary in team fights, and he can blow up just about anyone on the map in just a few abilities. Now,
for someone asking about the delay real quick, the delay doesn't kick in until the game starts. This is the regular spec client delay. There is like a 20-second one from Twitch here, but not on the stream. Are
you going to be trying out directed camera this time?
I'm not going to disable it. I'm going to let it be on because it's really easy to override. Yeah. So I'm going to give it a shot. I've been basically watching stuff all day with it to kind of test it out, and it actually seems like it catches a lot. So yeah, I'm going to be using it. At least I'm not going to turn it off. So if I'm not doing anything for a while, it'll automatically jump around, which is cool because then I don't have to.
Yeah, it's really intuitive and really smart. It's got apparently some great algorithms behind it to find out where the action is really laying, and it finds it very quickly. So that's always a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, see, the thing is, it doesn't ever stop me from moving. So if I want to go somewhere other than where it went, it doesn't force me to stay there. So
yeah, and it looks like the first character picked up here is going to be Kog'Maw onto Curse. Now we saw Kog'Maw yesterday in the teamless versus CLG EU match. CLG ran it with Yellow Pete playing on it, and Kog'Maw didn't impress me at all. I don't know if it was just he didn't have the right team comp to protect him, or if the enemy team was just playing so flawlessly that they could get to Kog'Maw every team fight. So I'm hoping that here we can see Cop play a great Kog'Maw and show us where Kog'Maw shines, which is where he's able to sit in the back with his 720 range by Arcane Barrage and just rain down hell on the enemy team.
Yeah, it's interesting to watch Kog'Maw because he really is such a hard late game carry. Like, if he gets there and he's able to farm and not get picked on, then he's incredibly strong. But basically, we just watched Teamless go after him yesterday. They actually used Graves against him and ganked bottom like crazy. They just refused to let him farm. And pretty much every time Pete turned around, he was getting killed. And it wasn't that he was playing badly. It was that he was in a 2-on-4 or a 3-on-4 constantly and just getting jumped.
Indeed, indeed. 4Not picking up Janna, Lee Sin, Vayne, and Twisted Fate already. So it looks like they're going to have the Janna-Vayne combination bot to counteract the Kog'Maw. Nijaki cycling through 80 carries, just doing the Nijaki thing, I guess.
I'm interested to see who everybody goes with here.
Did she lock in Caitlyn? She did. Wait a second.
So this could be Jackie's AP Cog mid.
Oh, very well could be. That would be fantastic.
And that would be very well baited, like to bait out the Vayne pick there to go in and go after him.
Yeah, that is really good because now they picked Vayne to try to counteract the Kog'Maw because Vayne does a percentage-based damage, Kog'Maw does a percentage-based damage, and Vayne puts out a lot more burst because when her Silver Bolts kicks in, it's very, very scary, very, very scary. And they both have semi-decent range. The Kog'Maw gets like mega range when he activates his Bio-Arcane Barrage. So the fact that they baited out 4Not to pick Vayne, and then they pick one of the longest 80 carries in the game with Caitlyn, she's going to be able to win trades and pokes now with her long range, and Vayne's just not going to be able to do much about it. So that was really, really smart because they saw that 4Not was assuming that Kog'Maw was going to be playing as an AD carry. But no, we're going to see the Kog'Maw in the hands of Nye Jackie as an AP mid. This is going to be pretty fun, I think. Against TF mid, it looks like. So the general rundown of the team, right, while they're setting runes and masteries before we go into our little 3-minute delay, we're going to have Caitlyn and Lulu down bottom, Cop and Elements versus a Vayne and Janna. And then we're going to have up top Nidalee versus a Nunu? No. Nunu? No, Bloodwater's mostly the support player, so we may see a Janna up top.
Yeah, I'm not sure how this is going to work out. I'm excited to see where everybody goes here. This whole thing is just messing with me.
It's flipped on its head. But this is as we've said before, since the entire tournament here is a best of 3, teams don't have a problem going a little crazy the first game. You know, when it's best of 1, you want to try hard and get the best team comp possible for that game 1, because that's everything. Everything is on the line right there. But in these best of 3 situations, you can screw with your enemies just a little bit in that first game, because while it does mean a lot to win the first game, you know, it gives you a morale boost, gives you the confidence. Still, you can try some unorthodox things and really, you know, put it all on the table. Just show them how it's going to be. So I would assume, I know Bloodwater is primarily a support player, so I think it might be Nunu Vayne bot with a Janna up top, which is really interesting, because Janna is one of those champions you see support, you see mid. I don't see her top a lot. I've seen Nunu top before, and he works out pretty well. He's got a lot of sustain with his consume. He gets those free spells with his Mystic Visions, I believe, every 7 auto attacks, and he can spam his snowball to his heart's content. I played earlier a game. It was a Vladimir against a Nunu, and it was one of the most annoying things that I think I've ever seen. So we'll see how that works out, see where they actually go. But Lee Sin is definitely going to be in the jungle against a jungle Shyvana. Shyvana is one of those champions that she's a great duelist in the jungle. She's probably going to counter jungle. She's got the burnout that makes her so fast at clearing in the jungle. Lee Sin has a little bit of AoE. He's got his Tempest/Cripple. It does a decent bit of AoE damage, but Shyvana's going to be able to really, pun intended, burn through the jungle and hopefully leave him in the dust and try to counter jungle as much as possible. We'll see where they start, but this is the first game, by the way, for people asking, in a best-of-3 series against Curse versus 4Not. 4Not right now running a ringer of Westress. They couldn't get in touch with one of their players, Parole, so here we are. Westress is in there, and that is completely allowed by the rules. They can have 8 people on their roster, so Westress is filling that 6th slot, and hopefully they can get in touch with Parole for the rest of the tournament in the next few weeks.
Yeah, and that they do have the room within their rosters to bring in a couple of subs, and as long as these guys aren't playing for other teams, which Westrice is not in this tournament, it ended up working. But I'm interested to see kind of how 4Not's team's going to hold up, just because it doesn't seem particularly tanky.
It doesn't. It's a little squishy. I mean, 4Not's team, Nunu probably will build a Rod of Ages or something. Depending on where he is, he may have to go the Gold Pretend, you know, Heart of Gold, Kage's pick route. But if he is top, you'll see him build a Rod of Ages and give himself a little bit of tankiness. But naturally, he's a medium tanky champion, I would say. And when you're going against a tanky team like Curse has right now with their Nidalee gets pretty tanky. Kog'Maw is still fairly squishy. Shyvana is just such a great tank, though. I'm interested to see how 4Not will deal with this team.
And here we go into round 1. Going to run a quick commercial as we load into game.
Oh, did you hear that bug again?
Yeah, every time I'm clicking on my second monitor when it loads, it does that. Really interested to see how 4Not lines up at the beginning of this.
Okay, so we're into this game, the first game of a best-of-3 series between 4Not and Curse for this Reign of Gaming International Invitational. For people who are wondering, First, starting out build, Shyvana starting Cloth Armor 5 pots. Of course, normal build to be in the jungle. Lee Sin, however, getting those boots, 3 pots. Expect to see, I would say, an early gank from him with that extra move speed. He can catch up with his Sonic Wave and Resonating Strike, get a nice cripple in there, and hopefully secure a first blood for himself. One Bad Brad is a fantastic jungler. He also has Exhaust just for good measure. He is definitely going to be going for blood in that very, very beginning matchup.
Yeah, and here they come into the jungle. They are going to run into Crumbs and Nijaki, but
just throwing a ward down to keep vision. They want to see where Shyvana is at all times. It's pretty much expected that Shyvana does like to start at race with her burnout ability, which she has already gone ahead and put a skill point into, so she's not expecting really any level 1 fighting. Not really that she could put out a lot of damage at level 1. She doesn't have any hard CC or anything. She would just be able to run around with fire at her feet.
Yep, and they have looped around, probably trying to catch somebody going over towards blue. But Shyvana's going to start over here on the red side, so they're either going to steal the whole jungle over here or waste a lot of time waiting.
I wouldn't expect that they're going to... They could potentially steal here. Shyvana, like I said, primarily starts at her race, and they've got full vision right here, so they know exactly where the enemy team is. So 4Not's just going to be able to have free reign over this blue and wolf camp here.
Yep, and it looks like they're just going to go ahead and take this whole side of the jungle.
Yeah, not leaving anything for the Shyvana. I wonder if they'll actually try to donate this blue buff to anyone in particular, perhaps the TF right at the start of the game, or whether they're just going to kind of free-for-all it and donate it to whoever can manage that last hit.
Yeah, it looks like we'll have everyone settling into lane now, so it does look like TF will go mid against NY
Actually,
Jackie
we
here.
may see an early 4-man gank top. Everyone lining up in that bush for 4Not. They're going to come out onto this Nidalee. He doesn't have Condemn or anything right now. He took Tumble first. The exhaust comes off. Will they get one last auto attack off? Yes, they do. Vayne picking up first blood in a 4-man gank up top. In the meantime, it looks like Cop and Elements are just going to push this lane bot really, really hard, shove some XP and gold into that bottom tower. Janna having that teleport, able to get down there quickly to soak up some experience, but Vayne looks like she's going to be out of luck.
Yep, interesting strategy there. I mean, it certainly worked out for him. They caught Pobelter completely off guard. You know, he was expecting one person to come into that lane, not 4, and just way too much damage too quickly.
Now, this looks very weird because they have Janna down bot alone right now. I don't know if Vayne is just kind of counting her losses of CS down bot and soaking up some experience and last hits up top and then going to move bot, or if they're really expecting to play this new Vayne top against Nidalee and leave Janna to defend all by her lonesome against the Lulu and Caitlyn.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well Janna's going to do in that matchup. I mean, the Tornadoes will clear lanes decently well, but in the end, I just think she's going to get out-pushed.
Yeah, I mean, she can't really do much against... Piltover Peacemaker does a great job of clearing waves, so she's not going to be able to push against a Caitlyn. And Lulu is using her picks and her passive and everything to help Caitlyn push, because they just want to deny this Janna so much. Shyvana, in the meantime, is going into Lee Sin's jungle right now, stealing his double golems. She is going to take both of those. She is double buff right now, so maybe she's looking for a gank on bot, but with Janna down there and no AD carry, I don't think she could expect a lot of damage coming from Janna's part.
And looks like, yeah, they will take a couple turrets here, but they've really kept it pushed. But we have the same problem top where Westrice and Bloodwater pretty much have Pobelter pushed into his turret.
And Curse can definitely see this Lee Sin in the brush. He's going to come out. He gets gold carded, and the Resonating Strike, the Ignite goes off on the Jackie. He may go down here. One more auto attack. The one more auto attack does hit him after the flash. Lee Sin will go down as well. Now it's a fight between Twisted Fate and Shyvana. The red buff proccing onto Twisted Fate, but he is going to be able to escape out of there. The burnout not increasing her speed enough to catch up to him. That was a decent exchange right there. The Nijaki losing out in a little bit, being their AP carry, but he does have teleport, which he is going to use right now to get back to his turret as fast as possible, while Crumbs is going to soak up some experience and gold in the mid lane, using his burnout and trying to put down a little bit of damage on TF, but TF just being safe right by his tower.
Yeah, and Pobelter really suffering here in farm. He's only got 7 and only 10 on Janna. So we see what these lane swaps have done to these traditionally heavy farm top laners.
Yeah, and this tower is about to go down too. So it looks like Kate and Lulu are doing their job down there. They're just going to take this tower, and losing that tower so early just sucks because it eliminates dragon control for 4Not. When you don't have a tower down there, it's very scary. The enemy team can push and take dragon at their leisure, really. And with a great jungler like Shyvana, once she gets her wriggles, they're going to be able to do Dragon as quickly as they very well want. But at the same time, by the same token, 4Not looks like they're doing a great job of pressuring this tower up here. It's already about at a quarter health, so they're going to just kind of trade first-tier towers in top and bottom lane.
Yeah, interesting. Pobelter is able to defend this tower decently well, but it's going to get pushed down here in just a little bit. But it doesn't have as much dragon control as that bottom one does. It's still a good thing to take the tower. Nobody's ever going to complain about global gold. But really, I think you lose a lot more losing that bottom tower this early.
But 14 CS on the top laner is one of the biggest detriments that they're going to have to deal with right now. Top lane is all about free farm. It's all about just sitting up there, ignoring the rest of the game. Supports like Janna, she's used to having low CS. She doesn't usually get it to begin with. She has picked up 2 Doran's Blades, so she's not helping her economic value with gold per tins. And that may be something that Nidalee is going to have to resort to, which really, really sucks for her because she doesn't want to do that. She wants to build the damage, or she wants to build the tankiness, or whatever method of Nidalee that she so desires. But with only 18 CS now at this 6.5 minute mark, she's not really getting there at this point in time.
Yeah, and getting a little aggressive there on Vayne, but having to jump back out. And you can see they've taken the dragon now because bottom lane was down. So early dragon to curse there, and again, you start to wonder if maybe they're better off with the turret that they gave up.
And yeah, dragon being taken down, it'll be up at about the 12, 40 to 50 mark. Nidalee up top still just trying to hold on to her sanity. She flashes in onto Westress, but the Condemn pushes her away. She may pay for this transgression. Will the snowball come out from Nunu to end her? Yes, no, just one last auto attack from Westress is all that they needed. Ping's coming out from Curse saying to hopefully go and defend that top lane, telling Jackie to fall back, that lane is pretty much lost at this point.
Yep, and all of them in Curse's jungle now. Probably going to steal blue here.
Easily. They don't even have a way to contest it right now. Curse they're behind a little bit. Actually, it's exactly even. They're 2 kills behind, but the ability to secure Dragon and trading the turrets now has the gold at exactly even 11.1k for both teams.
Coming on to Cop and Jackie here. This could be a problem.
They're going to go on to Jackie, the Resonating Strike, and Cripple, and Exhaust with the Janna teleporting in. Here comes the TF as well with the Gold Card Prime. He's going to go down before he can even really do anything. Janna goes down as well. Shyvana secures a double kill, and Lee Sin takes down Caitlyn. Will she be able to? She ults. Crumbs is going to ult onto the Lee Sin. The ultimate from Lulu. There's so much action happening right now. A lot of damage being taken by Shyvana. Not going to go down. That Wild Growth is going to keep her alive.
Wow, that was an impressive fight there, and really a good job by Crumbs being able to focus on TF as soon as he popped up, and good job by Jackie getting out of there. They really only lost Cop there, and they were able to take down 3. So that fight went a lot better than you would have expected from how it started out. It really looked like Cop and Jackie were in a lot of trouble, and just beautiful job, beautiful positioning by Crumbs there. And still a good idea from 4Not. It wasn't a bad gank, it just turned on him horribly when Shyvana got in there, especially with that ult.
Yeah, and that is just kind of what Shyvana does. She's able to clean up, do as much AoE damage as possible. You see Crumbs maxing the burnout skill first. Of course, it's very, very popular. Whenever you're ulted, whenever you're in that dragon form, it just leaves a trail of death and destruction behind you that the enemy team definitely does not want to walk in. But if you get ulted by Lulu at the same time, you're knocking them up all around you, and they have no choice but to stay in there for just a few more seconds, which could be the difference between life or death.
Yeah, and looks like we've got them converging onto 4Not's blue now, possibly going to try a steal.
Yeah, they definitely going to get this. Let's see what happens. TF, Lee Sin, and Nunu going to come and try to contest this. Crumb's ultimate is not up yet since he did use it in the last team fight. Safeguarding over toward Lee Sin is going to get in the middle of this fight. He gets a nice kill on Lulu, picked up there by the last hit of Twisted Fate. This blue is going to continue being contested. But now let's see if they want to fight this. Wards all from both teams. They do have vision of it just about everywhere. 2 wards right next to each other for Curse, actually, providing them decent vision. Let's see, Kog'Maw may get caught here. The Caitlyn trap is trying to, keep them out of range, but the Resonating Strike is going to allow Lee Sin to leap onto the Kog'Maw. He is going to safeguard out of there. He didn't like his positioning right there. Vayne blowing her ultimate. So now the other team, Curse, should know that Vayne's ultimate is down. And Twisted Fate's ultimate is just coming up now. The ace in the hole, not doing so much damage there. That safeguard protecting Lee Sin from a lot of that damage. So blue is just going to go to 4Not. No, Curse picked it up.
It was Smiter there. It took me a second to figure out which one of them got it, but yeah, it was picked up by Curse. And again, another good fight. That one went a little bit more in the way of 4Not. Elements unfortunately getting caught out at the beginning there, and really just a good job of 4Not by positioning for blue there.
It was a fight that I think, neither team, of course you don't want to give up your own blue. 4Not was fighting on their home turf, and that was something that they just didn't want to give up. But Curse really just kept pressuring them. Lee Sin almost got caught out of position when he went onto the Cog Maul. But, Lee Sin's one of those champions that he goes in and out at all times, and it's very, very hard to catch him. It's something that Curse couldn't quite do. But securing a blue buff from themselves is something that they will take any day. As far as farm is concerned, let's take a look. Janna with a respectable 50 CS right now. TF ulting, let's see where he will head. He goes right back into the mid against Jackie. He lands a gold card, or a red card rather, but he misses his wild cards. Jackie able to dodge it just by the hair of his chinny chin chin, and he will walk out of there scot-free. Twisted Fate did blow his Ignite, so now the Ignite's not going to be up for just a few more minutes, so advantage there is going to go to Cog Maul if he decides to take advantage of it.
Yeah, interesting that we've got the Ignite and Ultimate blown. That's really going to make it a little bit tough on TF at mid if they go in for a gank there. But it looks like some action going around outside of Baron.
Just walking around, Crumbs does have that Oracles now and that tanky Shyvana with 103 armor and 75 MR, clearing out wards as best as possible. Looks like he did miss one in this bottom brush closer to their own jungle, but that's something that he can solve on another pass. Save that for another day. Caitlyn Zero, go ahead.
Looks like we got some stuff going on mid here. We've had neither team really able to take advantage of everything, but the laning phase broke down really quickly in this game. And I think because of the early turrets going down, it really was a problem.
Yeah, and Curse able to secure that early dragon now. They are down 1 kill, but they may not know that they're up about 1k gold at this point in time. There is going to be a team fight here near that Baron. The ace in the hole is going to take down Nunu, so Cop able to secure that kill on Nunu, and they're just going to have to retreat. The ultimate coming out for Crumbs, but getting condemned into the wall right afterwards. His burnout, he's kind of just sitting there. I don't know if he DC'd, and he flashes?
That was strange. That might have been a connection problem there.
It must have been. He kind of sat by that wall, maybe just thinking to himself about how he got condemned. Baron will be up in about a minute and a half, so not quite able to secure anything off of that 1 kill. Had it been after the 15-minute mark, I assume Curse probably would have gone for a Baron there, but when he's not there, you can't do anything about it, of course. So much early kills going on here. 5-5 right now. Curse up in gold, about 2k. They've got 1 tower ahead, and they also have a dragon that will be spawning right now, so they have that perfect timer on it. Now they're all kind of coming around. Gonna probably, posture up for a nice dragon attempt. Crumbs using his oracles to take down that ward from allowing his Nidalee to poke it from afar, of course.
A good job dodging the Q from Twisted Fate again. He's not really landed one on Jackie in a while here.
And Jackie's a great AP mid player. He knows how to play TF, so in essence he knows how to counter TF as well. So he knows when those wild cards should be coming. And, you can dodge them with just a flick of the wrist. You barely get out of the way, and all of a sudden you don't take a lot of TF's burst damage.
Yeah, but TF has gone to push bottom, and that's the problem if Curse continues to sit here. They don't really have a lane to go down there and push.
Now, Twisted Fate's down there doing a good job kind of pushing that creep wave into the tower, and 4Not's going to take this opportunity to start Dragon here. There is going to be a team fight to see what happens. The Tornado's coming out. Burnout from Shyvana is going to give her a great boost. So Ace in the hole tried to be put onto Lee Sin. The Janna ultimate will heal him up, and she did cancel that in the meantime. Wow, 4Not taking a lot of just great poke damage from Jackie with his living artillery. He does flash in and try to pick up a kill, not quite able to do it, but all of 4Not has about a quarter health, while Curse is mainly above 50% health right now. So this is going to be an easy dragon take for Curse after some excellent poking and excellent positioning.
Yeah, really good job there at dropping everyone's health low, particularly Lee Sin, because he's going to have to be that tanky character on 4Not. Oh, great job there by Westrice. Jackie in trouble, but does take down Bloodwater. And now Westrice caught out a little bit. Great idea and just couldn't stick with it there. Good job getting the kill onto Jackie, though.
Yeah, Lulu Ultimate saved him from some damage. It does give, you know, about 300 bonus health, but 4Not able to burst him down even through that, not quite able to capitalize on the Acathian surprise. But that is a 2-for-1 trade right there in the favor of Curse, and they also pick up a dragon. So they're definitely doing very well right now. 7-6 as far as kills are concerned, with a 4K gold difference. It's not something you want to see right now for 4Not, but still definitely a close game.
Yep, and really just a great initiate there from Westrice. It was unfortunate that Bloodwater was killed rushing right into the fight, but a great idea and great reactions.
Yeah, it's so strange because this whole two-person top from 4Not thing, as opposed to leaving Janna down bot alone, it's really made this game kind of tricky and weird because both tier 1 towers at top and bottom were killed so quickly that TF hasn't had a chance to be his normal Twisted Fate self and use his Destiny and Gate and roam and pick up kills. He's kind of fallen, you know, kind of out of service a little bit. He's still 2-1 with 92 CS, which is excellent, but TF, you usually see him after 6 just gank at every possible opportunity, and there just hasn't been an opportunity like this in this game because of this kind of weird shift in strategies we've seen from 4Not.
Well, we are only 17 minutes in. I mean, a lot of games we have the laning phase still go this long. And we've already got 13 kills and towers down for both teams. This game just really transitioned very, very quickly, which is cool to see. It means we get a lot of action, but it also means people aren't normally as farmed. We haven't seen as many lane ganks as we normally have at this point in the game.
Yeah, it's all just, once those towers went down at about like the 8-minute mark, everyone's just kind of been roaming, picking up dragons, warding for Baron, clearing wards as you see Crumb's doing right now, using that oracles that he's had for what seems like forever now, but it's only 17 minutes into the game. He's cleared plenty of wards. He's got a Heart of Gold that's ticking right now to help his economic value. A lot of some poke coming in down here mid. This Nidalee and the AP Cog just doing such a good job of poking. Pole Belter has his needlessly large rod and he's got 146 CS with which to throw his spears right now. So just doing a great job of poking, and that's what we saw was the difference between that dragon fight that happened a few minutes ago. All those pokes.
Oh wow, big damage out there on the Lee Sin.
It's those pokes. It's those pokes. And the roughest thing that Vayne has to deal with right now is when she activates her final hour, if she is hit with one of those living artilleries, wow, a big spear goes out and hits that Janna and really chunks her health. She's only able to shield the tower and kind of drop off at this point. It looks like Curse is going to be able to take this tower right here, this tier 2 mid tower, without any contest from 4Not.
Yeah, pretty much all of them had to go back there. I mean, so much that the directed camera even went back there because of the amount of movement.
Apparently I said 146 CS. I meant AP. Sometimes words are not good.
And Jackie just spamming his ultimate here, trying to get some damage out onto these guys as they press towards the first tower here from Curse.
Of course. He is rather low on mana. He doesn't have that blue buff that he wants so badly right now. It is up for his team, but I don't think he can take this opportunity to leave the lane and go get it, or else I think they might give up a tower. But here he goes anyway. He throws up the living artillery, but 4Not knows it, and they're going to come in and try to contest this a little bit. The resonating strike going over the wall, but not seeing anything there, so they assume it's probably down. Little do they know, Jackie is just fighting it by himself in this brush. It'll be down very shortly, and Jackie will be able to get back into that fight with that nice mana pool.
Looks like he's going to go back first here.
Then he went back, picked up, let's see what he did get. He got a Rod of Aegis just to build himself a little bit of tankiness. He knows that a lot of people on their team, the Twisted Fate and Vayne, can burst him down pretty well with that Silver Bolt proc once she activates Final Hour, and the wild cards and whatnot, so he needs a little bit of extra beef to stay in the fight as long as possible. He wants to stay at max range to be able to use his Living Artillery, of course, but, you know, if it goes bad for him, he needs tankiness to be able to survive. Kog'Maw is a very squishy champion to begin with, so if they're able to catch up to him, he's just going to be one very, very sad Jackie.
Yeah, and it looks like right now, basically, this poke comp is just working out well. 4Not is not able to get into a fight with full health. They're always starting so far below everybody on Curse that they've not been able to really securely win a fight, and that really comes down to just some awesome play by Jackie and Cop, getting that damage out there quickly.
Yeah, as you see, the ward coverage here very, very, very much in Curse's favor. Also, traps, Caitlyn traps, just for good measure all around the map, and Nidalee traps. They have this trap team that is working very, very well for them right now. It's giving them good map control. And there is the ultimate onto Vayne. She just kind of tumbles away, gets Blood Boil to increase her move speed, and she's not going to pay for any of her transgressions there.
Yeah, and that may have more just been an ult saying leave this tower alone. Oh wow, and good job by Nidalee downing Lee Sin. I didn't see if the spear hit or if there was a trap in there. Either way, that was great. And we do have Janna pushing bottom here, but I don't think this is a base race she can win.
Not quite, especially as Janna. If she was, you know, a lot of other characters, maybe it could happen, but at the moment, she may be able to take down that tower, but at the cost of what, you know?
Right, well, it's going to be at the cost of an inhibitor tower, because I don't think there's any way for these four to, and it's actually just three right now, to hold off all of Curse.
Yep, and that's going to be a tower down. A lot of damage going on to Cop from those wild cards, but not quite able to follow it up. 4Not is going to lose their tier 3, did I just say 3? Yeah, tier 3 turret up there.
Yeah, and here comes 4Not with the chase. Oh, good job there with the damage from Curse, but they seem to have had a little bit of an edge here in the fight. Westreich is doing way too much damage, a triple kill, and Element's going to fall as well here. Wow, quadra kill onto Westreich. That was pretty incredible. Pobelter should be able to get out with Nidalee's speed here, but incredible amount of damage there from Vayne.
Yep, and that is Westress playing a fantastic Vayne, has that Bloodthirster. It's fully stacked now, so he was able to survive that entire fight. There was a lot of AoE damage that came out at first, but that Bloodthirster doing so much work when paired with Final Hour.
Yeah, and actually evening up the kills are just a very, very good fight for 4Not. They were able to catch them as they were coming, trying to get away, and they didn't quite have the right setup to take Vayne coming in there, and able to get right onto Jackie and get way too much damage out.
Let's see what happens here. You've got the farm of Vayne, 151 CS, as opposed to the Kog'Maw, not Kog'Maw, his kind of opponent was the Nidalee up there at top in that weird little lane switch with the 129 CS. Vayne did go back and pick up her Phantom Dancer, so Phantom Dancer, Bloodthirster, after that quadra kill, Vayne is definitely going to be the focus of Curse's eyes right now, which is as it should be.
And nothing really able to go on mid there. They weren't able to catch Bloodwater. Janna also got out at bottom. So Curse was looking to catch somebody out there, and they just haven't been able to do it.
Not at all. Now Curse probably have potentially Baron on their mind. Wow, that spear is doing so much damage to Twisted Fate. He only has 30 MR right now, so he's not running any MR. He doesn't have any of his any items at all. He's trying to get that death cap. He is, let's see, a few hundred gold away perhaps. Yes, he's about 200 gold away from his death cap. He's going back right now. Wonder if he's just going to buy anything, just heal up and come back into the fray. His ultimate is going to be up, so he can come in from just about a quarter of the way across the map. So no big deal having TF back at base right now. He's just going to hoof it down bot and be able to ult anywhere, just about.
Yeah, and the big downside to the way that went for TF is he is the squishiest champion on the team. When he takes that kind of damage against a poke comp like this, one more good hit from Jackie or Pobelter or any of them and he was going down. So, you know, one spear is essentially able to take him out of the fight if it's aimed well and got the distance on it.
Most definitely. I'd be interested to see. It looks like Jackie has a Chalice of Harmony and a Blasting Wand. I don't quite remember what the recipe of the... what he could be building that into. Is that new Chalice item out yet, or is that not?
I don't believe
a thing
so.
yet. I think that's gonna be in the Varus patch, huh?
Yep. Oh, big damage out there, but a good tornado from Janna, able to push Curse back.
Jackie with just such strong poke right now, but you know, if she can't... Oh, and here comes Vayne into the fray. The snowball comes out. Twisted Fate, will he ult into this fight? Is this an engage that 4Not wants to have right now? It doesn't quite look like it. TF is going to hold on to his gate and just continue farming in mid.
Yeah, and that was one of those things where when it was popped initially, they could only see Jackie, and it was worth going in if they could get that kill. But then once they saw Shyvana and Cop there, just not going to work out well. And very smart of Twisted Fate not to try and engage there. Just back off and wait for a better opportunity.
4Not knows that their blue buff came up. They're just pinging it, and they definitely don't want to give that away again for like the umpteenth time to Curse. So they're going to go ahead and pick that up for TF right now.
Yeah, and that'll help Twisted Fate out. You know, the mana regen on any AP caster is great. There's certainly more benefit to Kog'Maw because the cooldown reduction and everything lets him essentially just spam his ult, especially with the amount of mana he's built at this point.
He did go back and pick up that that Archangel's staff that was to be expected. I kind of misread the Chalice of Harmony, of course, but everything. You know, it happens.
Yep, and the poke is just incredible from Curse right here. They should be able to get in and do some serious tower damage. And if they can clear another inhibitor turret here, it's going to be really tough for 4Not to fight them. Because they'll just be able to switch back and forth between those two lanes without any real harass. Spear doing half of Nunu's health.
Yeah, that is just disgusting at this point. But when it comes to a fight, all 4Not really needs to do is just hard engage. They need to just rush right into Curse's face, get onto that call, get onto that Nidalee, and just burst him down with Vayne in her final hour. If they keep playing right now, against a poke comp like this, it's not going to go very well for them.
Well, no, every time they run through their own jungle, I mean, there's always a spear and a couple of Kog'Maw ults in every choke point they have to run through. And you can see there, even Lee Sin takes a ton of damage from a full-range spear. And yeah, they're going to go take the inhibitor here. Westrice not going to be able to stop him by himself. The rest of his team too far off.
Oh my god, and will he be able to pick up this kill? No, TF forced to burn his flash right there at the last second. Almost went down to a couple ace in the holes and not a couple of ace, but one ace in the hole and some living artilleries.
Yeah, I mean, if Curse can push this and, you know, not let these guys get to late game to the point where they have the resistances to resist this poke, they will do very well. Oh, not sure what TF was doing there. I mean, good Janna ult saves him, and Vayne coming in with a ton of damage.
Vayne trying to take down as many targets as she can, but she's having to play around this whole poke situation, so she's kind of screwing her positioning right now. She takes down Jackie with a nice couple auto attacks there, not really having to condemn anything. I was scared of that Caitlyn, but Vayne able to get in there, take out Cog, and be able to tumble away. Yeah,
very good play from Westrice. Pretty much saving that fight there because everyone else had taken so much damage so quickly. It looks like they will attempt a Baron here.
God, those spears going to try to poke it down. We'll see what happens here. But Vayne, so much attack speed right now. She's rolling with 2.2x pack speed with the Blood Boil. She's going to be able to melt anyone, and here she does. Melting down elements, getting polymorphed, and forcing a flash from elements. Cop may pay for it right here. He gets condemned into the wall, and before he knows what's happening, he gets taken down. All the while, a nice spear takes down Lee Sin. Man.
Good job by Pobelter, being able to still get something out of that fight, but Vayne is scaling really, really hard. Especially once she gets into the middle of this team, it's going to be hard for them to stop her. It's pretty much going to come down to crumbs to take care of Vayne.
Yeah, and even so, I mean, I don't even know what he can do. It's going to be really, really tough. Vayne is just one of those carries that late game, she's just considered a hyper carry, and she can just carry anything she wants. And it looks like, Crumbs tried to steal that red, but it wasn't quite able to do it.
Yeah, Smite's a little bit early, and the red buff's still going on to Vayne.
Vayne, red buff, with her passive, it's going to be real hard to get away from her whenever you want to engage. You're going to almost have to blow summoner spells. Or just be niddly and hop into a brush or just hop away as a cougar. But it's going to be real tough right now for Curse.
And they do have wards here, so they see 4Not moving around in their own jungle. That's going to be what's gonna really pull this game over for Curse. They can keep this ward coverage, because with all the long-range poke they have, if they can see the enemy champions moving and line up these skill shots, they're going to be able to do incredible damage before a fight even starts. But if they let Vayne get in there full health with Lee Sin and those guys, it could go really badly for them.
4Not does not have vision on Baron right now, so they think that maybe Curse is doing it, but one ward place, and they see that Curse is not there. All the while, Elements and Kog'Maw are down here doing Dragon to secure that for themselves. So just a little bit more extra global gold to put in their pocket. They now have a 5k gold advantage. They're down 1 kill, but they're up 4 towers and an inhibitor.
And a spear coming out there from Pobelter, but not hitting anything. Again, the ult from Twisted Fate, but not going anywhere.
Now, it's interesting to note that Vayne now is rocking double Phantom Dancers and her Bloodthirster. So she's really relying on the Blood Boil is going to bring her up to, let's see what she has right now, 2.3 attack speed. So just about capped in that respect. That is pretty insane. Along with her fully stacked Bloodthirster and a nice Janna shield, she is going to be rocking a lot of AD, and she's going to be hitting very, very hard.
And great job from Pobelter with this harass. Just continually hitting somebody on 4Not. Got Nunu once, got Lee Sin once, and it's dropping him almost to half health.
And here they go, potentially starting Baron. Curse starting with a nice Nidalee Spear. Crumbs in there trying to tank the brunt of it, but it's just them two. They know TF is bot, know he's backing right now, so this is something that they want to fight. Let's see if 4Not knows. 4Not did drop a ward in there, so they can definitely see that Curse is doing Baron. And Vayne blowing her ultimate a little bit early and not doing much with it except for killing some Wraiths. So that's definitely not what West just wanted right there. He wanted to be able to use his ultimate and tumble around, gaining the invisibility. But now that Curse knows that Vayne does not have her ultimate, this is the perfect time to fight for them.
Yep, and they will be getting their missing inhibitor back soon, which is going to add to the lane push advantage that Curse had, or take away from it, excuse me. And 4Not just really has to find a way to break out of their own base and jungle here. They're doing decently well in fights, but those fights keep taking place so far into their own territory, they can't really take advantage of it. Not even able to come and get this tier 1 mid tower after that last fight.
Their inhibitor is back up, so the pressure of super minions will be gone after that last wave up top, which is always, it's always a good thing, the pressure of super minions pushing one of your lanes, it makes you always think in terms of that. You're like, I don't know if we can do this because they have super minions coming. I don't know if we can do that because the super minions, blah blah blah. So now that weight is lifted off their shoulders. That albatross is gone. But Curse, in the meantime, it looks like they're doing it again. They're just kind of poking down Baron to half. The Twisted Fate ultimate did deter their initial wants to do Baron, so they're going to move back now. Vayne getting caught out of position. An ace in the hole may take her down. No, she does live with about 62 health, but she is in enemy territory right now. Let's see what happens. See if she can get out of here. Crumbs and Pobelter are on the case, and West just trying to juke out, but no, a great ultimate from Crumbs. He gets condemned back, and the flash into the Twin Bite will take down Vayne. So this is a perfect opportunity for Curse to go ahead and potentially pick up a Baron without the hard carry of Vayne, who is 9-2 right now on the map.
Yeah, that was just incredible. I mean, what it really shows is what a pain in the neck she's being to Curse. That they would burn ultimates and flashes just to chase her down at a few health. Really need her off the map that badly. And they may try to push mid here. Take this next turret, which again, they can take both inhibitors after that. They only have another 20 seconds without Vayne, though.
Yeah, 20 seconds should be more than enough. Here they go. They are going to start this. Twisted Fate still just got his ultimate back, so he can definitely see them all. He's going to ult right outside the Baron pit. Let's see what happens. But Curse does have it warded, so they see him there. He gets polymorphed just for good measure from elements. Baron's at about half health. 3,000 health. Let's see if Lee Sin tries to get in there for a steal. The Sonic Wave is on there. He does come in. He doesn't quite get the steal. He is polymorphed and not able to safeguard out of the Baron pit. So Baron going to Curse right now. So it's a 4-on-5 right now. Curse does have Baron, but still Vayne so fed. It's going to be tough to see what they can do. Vayne coming in onto this Nidalee. This is going to be a bad situation for her. What is she really thinking? She's not going to get out of here. She gets taken away by the Living Artillery. She does take down Nidalee, but still trading Nidalee, who is 2, 3, and 6, for a Vayne that is 10 and 3 is just not good for 4Not at this point. I'm not quite sure what Westeros was thinking.
Yeah, that's the big problem there. I mean, yeah, you're able to take down Pobelter there, but Pobelter's not all of the poke. You know, he's not the only problem in this comp. You're still going to have Jackie poking your team down, and now they've got incredible lane push while you're down.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go up here and siege this inhibitor up top. With Crumbs and Cop, they're going to be able to take it down pretty fast, unless Janna and Lee Sin can do something about it. Lulu's here to back his two teammates up, but I think they can siege us down. Yeah, they definitely take it down. That mid tower is about half health. Westeros won't be up for another 10 seconds. So let's see if Curse is able to take down at least this this inhibitor tower right here before Vayne is back to try and clean up, do her janitor duty.
Good job by 4Not there defending the tower. The Janna shield kept it up a little bit, and yeah, I mean, really just impressive. They shouldn't have been able to hold that without Vayne. They did a great job of clearing the minions. One of the strengths of Janna is if she can get that full tornado off this late in the game, it will clear an entire wave.
Janna rocking a death cap and a DFG. So, I mean, not normal support items you would see. Her presence down bot as a solo person was able to secure her those great items. 0, 1, and 8 with 258 CS. The most CS in the game. She is above Vayne right now. So that's pretty ludicrous if you ask me.
Yeah, and it looks like they are going to attempt to take this tower here. It shouldn't be a ton of trouble for them. But they do back off, not wanting to get caught here.
Vayne picking up a Negatron cloak to diminish the poke potential of Jackie on his Cogmaw and Pobelter on Nidalee. I'm assuming turn that into a Quicksilver Sash. Such a great item. Get out of some polymorphs and some slows and whatnot.
Yep, they do go ahead and place a ward at blue, and they're going to go in for Dragon here. Wow. That Dragon just dropped so quickly. And again, 4Not, they've not been doing terrible in fights. They're not really behind in kills. The gold difference has built up at this point. But they haven't been able to push anything at Baron or at mid, somewhere where they can take advantage of it and continue to push a lane. They're still only down 2 outer towers at top and bottom. Mid still has all 3. Really just not in a great position to take advantage here.
Let's see, their Baron buff is going to have about a minute left on it, so let's see if they're able to capitalize on that and take down this mid tower. They really, the past 2 times, they've been able to catch Vayne out of position, either pushed into their own jungle or going on in Italy in a 1v4 situation, which didn't work out well for the Vayne, as we saw. So in a full 5-on-5 team fight, I'm just interested to see how Curse deals with that if Vayne gets in the midst of them and is able to take them down. The flash over the wall, initiating onto the Nidalee. They're not quite able. Yes, they are able to take it down with a nice Silver Bolts proc on that last 3rd hit. Lulu forced to ult herself, trying to get away from this Vayne. Forced to flash over the wall, and that's where the poke just broke down. You know, Vayne just was like, oh, I can take down this Nidalee very, very quickly, and did so. She had to burn both of her summoners, of course, but now there's no poke on the team of Curse. They have a little bit of, they have the Living Artillery, but the spears are off the table, and that's perfect for 4Not at this point in time.
Yeah, I mean, it is good to get the kill there, and Pobelter was a little bit out of position, but there's still a lot of poke from Jackie. And again, good initiate, good fight there, and that one fight in front of their base went well, but they've got to do it in a position where they can turn this into something. Because pretty much all it's going to be now is in 20 seconds, Pobelter's going to be back, and they're going to be sieging the base again.
Yeah, that inhibitor is really limiting 4Not's potential right now. They did pick up a good kill on Nidalee, but not able to capitalize again. They're just so pushed onto their own base right now.
Yep, and TF ulting, but looks like probably not going to go anywhere, just using it for the vision. Wow, and that damage.
Jack just trying to chase down Nunu with his ultimate. But Nunu with his Blood Boil a little too fast for it.
Yep, and they're coming back at the base again, but this time Pobelter is back up. Going to try and take this tower down again. It is at about half health. But good job by 4Not there, pretty much clearing the wave, not giving any free hits.
Those spears. And this is the exact position that Curse wants to be in. They want to poke around 4Not's tower, take them, most of them low, so that they can come in and finally secure the tower once 4Not's forced to go back and heal.
Yeah, when you look
all the while their top lane is pushing.
Yeah, if you look at the traps there from Cop, they're just not going to let 4Not come out and initiate.
That tower getting so low, falling to about 230 health right now. So Cop, just a few more shots will take that thing down, and then that's where Curse wants to engage. But at the same time, all they want to do is poke, you know? Condemn goes over the wall, into another wall on Crumbs. But Crumbs just so tanky right now with a nice Wits End, Heart of Gold, and Frozen Mallet.
Oh my gosh, another full range spear onto Bloodwater. And the turret should go down here with this wave. Yep, now let's see what 4Not does to defend this inhibitor. Losing 2 inhibitors is really going to make it tough because lanes will pretty much push themselves.
The Shurelias, looks like 4Not wants to engage on this, but they are deterred with some nice slows from the enemy team. That Void Ooze doing its perfect job. And they're going to be able to take 4Not's red right here. Donate it to Caitlyn. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and I mean, Westrace is very strong. 312 CS. But he can't win it by himself. Even with those good initiates, he gets bursted down very quickly. And the rest of 4Not needs to kind of cover him. But they're not able to do it. They're taking too much initial damage.
Baron is up. Twisted Fate using his ultimate to just kind of deter Curse from going ahead and engaging on it. He does decide to port mid, take down this tier 1 turret that 4Not has been not quite able to take down the entire 42 minutes of this match, but now able to secure it. Gives him a little bit more Baron control.
Yeah, we will see Pobelter going back here to grab something.
Blue buff going on to the Twisted Fate. He does have his Lich Bane and Death Cap, so he's going to be putting out plenty of damage. Crumbs still with that Oracles. Clearing out so many. I think it's paid for itself by now.
Yeah, I mean that's the definition of what you want to do with Oracles. He's not died since he bought that initial one. That's one of the times where it is a great investment. You know, so many times we see a support grab it and then die pretty instantly, and just have it be a waste of 400 gold. That's been worth every piece.
Yeah. He's had that thing for at least 30 minutes, which is pretty much insane. He may have bought a second one. He does have 1 death, so not quite sure where it happened, but he's more than paid for 2, I'll tell you that much. And Curse now engaging on Baron. 2 wards being put down from the Nunu into the Baron pit. The poke coming out. TF does not have his ultimate right now. Now Curse does pick up a great Baron right there, but that time it almost went the same way.
Oh,
wow.
Bloodwater goes down.
Nice. Oh, he disconnected.
Oh, and he DC'd. That's unfortunate.
Good. That's so not good. That was just very unfortunate. A spear, a perfectly timed spear with an ace in the hole just took him down from about 3/4 health all the way to 0.
Well, at the worst possible time, because he'd actually started to run away and then just stopped dead, almost at the end of spear range. Like, I can't think of a worse place to have disconnected.
Yeah, it looked like Lee Sin thought about going to take it for him, but he was like, no, he'll be good. But then that random spear just basically signed Nunu's death warrant. So now Nunu is back in the fray, but he's still dead for another 15 seconds. That's
always depressing to come back to.
Yeah, they're able to take an inhibitor off of it, which is unfortunate. But again, you know, we're not on the tournament realm. We can't pause. It's just, it is what it is, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. It wouldn't have changed any of that fight there, but it's unfortunate. You hate to see it. And a disconnect right away again.
But again, this is something that, you know, they may have assumed it when they got that good kill on Nunu, but, I mean, since this isn't on Tournament Realm or anything, Curse doesn't know that Nunu is DC'd.
Oh, they see the pop-up message eventually, just not as quickly as we do.
Yeah, I mean, it'll take them 5 minutes, but they definitely don't know right now. Taking down another inhibitor. It looks like they'll probably transition bottom and shove that lane as well, just for good measure, just to put the icing on the cake. And then Curse should be able to push in and end this. They've got a long time left on their bear, and they have another 2 or so minutes. And they could potentially end it in those 2 minutes. We'll see what happens. Bloodwater is back. Let's see if he can stay back, hopefully. Yes, he is going to be back for a bit.
Yeah, he's at least moving. That's a good sign.
That is definitely a good sign. But coming back to seeing both your inhibitors down, the enemy team with Baron.
Well, they got Baron before he disconnected the first time, so you should have known that. But oh, wow. So much damage on the Lee Sin. And somehow he gets out a great shield there. But Westrice in a little bit of trouble. Oh, wow. The spear hitting on him to finish him there. Great job by Pobelter. Here comes Curse. I don't think there's anything 4Not can do to stop him here. Tower should fall. Inhibitor should fall as well. That is going to be a huge minion push.
Yeah, right now, I mean, just trading Vayne for Caitlyn is something that Curse doesn't really have a problem with. I mean, Caitlyn's 4-4 and 8, of course, but Crumbs right now showing work on Shyvana with 6-1 and 5. Trading an 11-4 Vayne for a 4-4 Kate is right up Curse's alley right now. And it looks like Lee Sin's trying to do some work here, able to kick Jackie back into his team, but his team not able to capitalize on. The Absolute Zero comes out from Nunu, not able to get a full charge on there. He gets a slow onto Crumbs, but I don't think they are going to be able to kill Crumbs. Crumbs so tanky right now. Actually, he does go down. Nice DFG from the Janna, does cut a lot of his HP in half.
Yeah, very good job being able to push them back there. And it's unfortunate now with 3 inhibitors down, there's going to be huge minion pushes. I don't know that it did a lot of good, but actually Crumbs did not go down there. He's getting a buff.
I am flabbergasted. He's flashed out. I apologize.
What did you see?
I flashed out, and I thought I must have seen Nunu's death.
Yeah, Nunu died there. He got hit full range.
Well, I apologize. Thank you.
All right. Well, Curse should be coming in here to clean this up with all 3 inhibitors down. Really, there's nowhere for 4Not to team fight besides right underneath their own Nexus. And unless Baron is coming up very shortly, we should see the final push here.
Nunu, Jackie. See, now I'm all discombobulated and off. Jackie picking up that blue buff. Baron did run out. It'll be up in about 2 or so minutes. But I don't think they're going to need those 2 minutes. They may just watch their lanes push and sit back and rest on their laurels and then go in for it after they get the Baron. But I don't think they'll really need it this time. They just need to take down Vayne. Vayne is doing so much work for 4Not. But the past few times, he's just been caught so out of position. And it's not been good at all.
Yeah, and that's going to be how the team fight starts. It's just going to be when Curse can get a good initiate onto Vayne. Oh, the Shirelli is popped. Here comes 4Not. A lot of damage going out onto Jackie. Bloodwater taking a lot too. And he goes down. Jackie in there doing damage like crazy. Spears flying in. Crumb's able to make it out. Took a good amount of damage, but oh, and Westrice in trouble. He should go down here.
Yeah. And that is going to be game. That's a 3-for-0 exchange in the favor of Curse. Some great living artilleries. Crumbs just did the perfect thing. As soon as he saw Nunu going and try to engage on his buddy Jackie, he ulted in, shoved the Absolute Zero out of the way, and just did work on top of the enemy team. That is perfect play by Crumbs, saving his poke friend, and Jackie just going to town on the Vayne and everyone else.
Yeah, that really was perfectly positioned there in that final fight. And just a very, very good job by Curse here. They had a lot of champions specifically banned against them and still did very well. Not to say 4Not did poorly. They kept it even for quite a while. and Westrice did incredible on Vayne.